better if they're here, though. We can look after them. Better than being alone in the city, anyway. Didn't I read that? Sasha followed Arisha through the tight hallway and down a flight of stairs lined with neon lights. The door at the end of the hall had no sign, just an intercom next to it and a large steel handle. Arisha's nails clicked against the intercom's number pad. The door buzzed in response and opened. Arisha motioned toward the handle. Sasha grabbed it and stepped inside. It was quiet, with the exception of a distant radio playing. Rapid footsteps, paw steps, approached. The jingle of a collar was loud and clear. Uh-oh. Sasha, look out. A dog the size of a bear flew through the air and crashed into Sasha's body. Meatball!
Oof.
It's so cute.
I knew that was gonna piss you off.
Look, it's so cute, and its name is Meatball.
Boo.
Tail wagging furiously behind him, the big beast knocked Sasha to the ground and stood over him, panting. Sasha groaned and turned his head, trying to avoid the onslaught of dog kisses he was being assaulted with. What the? Meatball, dude. Arisha couldn't help but laugh. Soon, a tall woman stepped into the room, heels clicking. Oh. Natalie? Stop. She quirked a brow, hands set on her hips.
All right, Meatball, that's enough. Come, boy.
Her voice is so nice.
What does it sound like?
You're gonna have to find out on your own. The dog gleefully bounded toward her, his slobbery mess splashing along the floor as he did. Be right back, Sasha. I have to, go take care of something. Yeah. Arisha helped Sasha up off the ground and brushed off the front of his shirt.
Yeah, her voice does sound nice.
Arisha, I didn't expect you until tomorrow. Is everything good? Yeah, this is my friend Sasha. He said he's been trying to find you. The woman's smoky eyes glanced between the two, eyeing Sasha with what could only be described as a judgmental stare. Okay.
Oof.
Was he? Sasha groaned again and rubbed at his arm. He wiped the dog drool onto his sweats. Ew. Natalie crossed her arms over her chest. All right, Sasha, was it? Why are you looking for me, huh? Dima. Natalie uncrossed her arms and put her hand up. She shook her head dismissively. Nope, I don't want to hear it. Arisha looked between the two, stunned. Wait, Natalie. I don't want to hear it. Go back home, both of you. I'm closing the place up for the night.
Seriously?
What? No, you didn't even hear me out. Sasha's heart dropped into his stomach. This was their last chance. Their last hope.
Listen.
Look, I've told Dima too many times to count. I'm not going back. This isn't about Dima. Sasha's stomach twisted. The prickle of heat at the back of his neck had his hair standing on end. If he didn't act now, if he couldn't say something, anything, then it's Mishka. Natalie paused. I don't know if you know him. Hell, I don't really know anything about the people Mishka knows, but he was kidnapped. Arisha gasped softly, their hands raised to cover their mouth.
Please stop.
I'm sorry. I thought it was funny.
No.
No?
It's ridiculous.
I know. Sasha's heart was racing. And yeah, Dima sent me. He sent me to find you because he said you're the only person who could help us find him.
Please.
So, please, hear me out at least. Silence filled the space. Natalie stared at the wall for a moment. Stop! Or I stab you with this bobby pin. Still in the middle of putting on her jacket. With a sigh, she eased the fabric off of her shoulder. I trained him, you know. Oh. Mishka, that kid, when I met him, was quiet and reserved. Yeah, he was like that when we met, but now I can't get him to shut up. Natalie shook her head with a slight smile. He was a good kid. He did anything I told him to, and he never complained. He was so focused all the time, like he had to prove something. That he was boyfriend material for Sasha. Who took him? She shifted her gaze towards Sasha. Arisha stood by quietly, gripping their own arm for comfort. Meatball patted over and bumped their hand with his nose. Ecto. At least that's what everyone seems to think. Of course. Natalie clicked her tongue, balling her hand into a fist. She brought her fist to her mouth and grimaced. Like this.
My acting is
Your acting is amazing. It's a shame that nobody got to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I knew this would come to a head someday. Everyone seems to think you're the only one who can help. I can't let her say no. This is the only way I can help.
Listen,
It isn't so black and white, Sasha. This is complicated. I can't go back there. I can't be around all that. I'm not asking you to live there. I'm asking you to please help me save Mishka. Natalie's face twisted into a frown and she turned, setting both hands on her hip.
fucking
Hell. God damn it. You just wanted to say that. She sharply kicked an empty crate nearby, cracking it. It tumbled onto the floor, splintered and broken. Meatball whined softly, his tail slowly wagging. Oh. Oh. Arisha stepped forward and reached out for Natalie's arm. It's okay. Let's all just calm down a little. It's Roman, that... Sasha tried to process what Natalie was saying. Who the hell is Roman? Natalie eyed Sasha's confused face and huffed, a hand running through her hair. The most dangerous man you'll hopefully never meet. Sasha's body was tense. What do you know about Ecto and Strexa? Nothing. I literally know nothing. Mishka probably thought that was for the best. How the hell am I supposed to help when I don't know what's happening?
Oof.
Natalie pinched the bridge of her nose. Arisha. Yeah? The hanging garden in the garage needs some more work. Think you can have at it for a bit? Arisha blinked and glanced toward the garage door, then back to Natalie. Yeah, sure. The one for the fundraiser, right? That's the one. Arisha started for the door, only pausing to look at Sasha once before they left the room. Meatball eased up from his spot on the couch and followed Arisha to the garage. He's well trained. Because my dog would just follow me. You gonna come help me?
Oof. Oh my god. Is that a knife?
No! Box cutter. Once they were gone, Natalia looked at Sasha and motioned to the couch.
Sit. Sit.
Are you talking to me? I am sitting.
Stay. Oh my god.
Don't make me mess up your hair after you just spent so long doing it.
I spent a good amount of time.
That's why I said so long.
It's not
So long.
So long.
You spent so long doing it.
Probably
I'm sorry, did you want me to start hitting you on the head with that?
10 minutes. It was
Okay.
Like a good 10 minutes.
You want to take another 10 minutes to fix it?
No.
Sit. Sasha blinked and reluctantly sat down. Okay. Taking a seat, Sasha watched as Natalie dragged a stool over. Fundraiser? Yeah, Ari and I are trying to jumpstart some community projects with our nonprofit, but since we aren't big business, we need fundraisers.
Mind your business.
No, I will not. Everything that goes on in this room is my business.
Oh, no.
I'm can I use this bobby pin to stab your head? Because it's broken. So if I try to put it in your hair, this is gonna hurt.
How would you do that?
Because I can. Do you want to wear this crown?
Yes.
It says birthday girl.
Yeah.
Do you feel pretty? Do you feel classy? You like a princess.
Yeah.
Okay. Sasha rubbed his thumb against his wrist. Alright, you want to know what's going on? Strap in. I used to work for Strexa, though it didn't look like it does now. It was smaller then. Dima and Roman were at the top. They ran the company and footed the bill. I never liked Roman, but Dima followed him around like a puppy. Dima wasn't cut from the same cloth, though. He at least talked to us in the halls and break rooms. Wait, so this Roman guy worked at Strexa? He used to, before the split. The jobs they wanted done were crappy ones, but the pay was great, and I thought I was helping Sabina. Sasha chewed on the inside of his lip as he thought back on what Pavel and Vadim said. Strexa offers us a kind of stability we didn't otherwise have on the outside. With how fast they were expanding, they needed bigger margins to fund everything, but the politicians weren't really on board. So they turned to a much more profitable market. Drugs? Drugs.
That's right.
Bingo, you're catching on. I get it, though I had to start dealing just to afford... I get it, though. I had to start dealing just to afford my rent. Yes. Yeah, well, it was Roman's idea. Natalie leaned her elbows on her thighs, fingers crossed against her lips. So, of course, Strexa grew tenfold. But it grew at the expense of its people. The city was hooked, and we now have a real addiction problem. It sounds like that was kind of inevitable. It was, and being around it all the time at Strexa was terrible for my own recovery. Oh, so she was on drugs, and then she stopped doing them. Okay, so that's why she had to leave. Okay. Sasha's eyes widened at that statement. If I didn't have her, I don't think I would have recovered. Indigo? Sasha watched Natalie's expression soften as she stared at the ground. This dorky, peppy IT girl who just broke down my barriers like they didn't exist. Can you guys stop being lovey-dovey next to me? I know you're talking about Indigo, and Indigo is in my ear speaking to me, so. She's the one who helped me stay on track despite being surrounded by all the drugs Strexa was engineering. Because of her, I had this idea. I wanted to build a recovery center for the city so that anyone could have support when they needed it. It was the least Strexa could do after creating and enabling so many addicts. Dima had started spending more time with us, so I slipped the idea to him, and he was on board. He helped me work out the logistics of it, since I couldn't do all the work alone. He promised he'd do whatever he could to make it happen, but... She stopped speaking, her gaze darkening. I need some water. But when Dima brought the idea to Roman, he immediately shot it down. Not just that, he completely convinced Dima it was a bad idea. Dima had the audacity to tell me the recovery center would severely impact their business. All that talk about helping the city, and they just... This was a real way to help the actual people of Sabina. Sasha's lips parted to speak, but he couldn't find the words to say. I had to get out of there. Roman had Dima wrapped around his finger, and I wasn't going to get through to either of them. Sasha felt his heart begin to sink. No wonder she won't go back. I don't know what to do. It wasn't long after I left that the split happened. I heard it was bad from what Indigo said. I'd say F it, let them tear each other apart, but they put the city in the middle of it all, and we get screwed. Sasha gripped his arm and stared at the ground. He looks so stupid doing that with the crown on. Natalie eyed him for a moment. She sighed and put her hands on her knees with a soft slap. Anyway, I assumed you worked at Strexa when you mentioned Dima. But, no offense, you're looking a little too busted to be an agent. I got jumped. What do you want me to say?
That's embarrassing. Imagine telling people, I got jumped.
Remember the video where the lady was like, I got beat up by a crackhead? And she was like, I couldn't fight back. Before I knew it, I was getting... No offense.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it really was. I'm just stuck in the middle of it all, I guess. His gaze dropped to his bandaged wrists. Natalie pursed her lips with a small smile before taking a deep breath. Give me some time to think about it. I'm gonna be so mad if it's Natalie. But I thought it was Natalie.
I'm mad that she sat here and it was like, made it seem like she was gonna change her mind. Decided to tell him this long ass story just to say, I'll think about it.
Sasha's head lifted, his eyes lighting up. I'll consider it for Mishka. That's it. Not for Dima, not for Strexa. You hear me?
Understandable. Per.
What is?
Why she said it.
Oh, yeah. Sasha nodded furiously, his chest swelling with the possibility of this not all being for nothing. Yeah, of course. She tapped at her ear in motion towards Sasha's. Indigo in there? She was, but she hasn't been back since we walked in. I see. Natalie stood from her stool. Wait, but what am I supposed to do in the meantime? I suggest you go back to Strexa where it's relatively safe. If I decide to show up, I'll show up. Sasha wasn't sure if this was a win or not. Natalie said she'd think on it, so that's gotta be a step in the right direction, right? Mm-hmm. Sasha rubbed the back of his neck and glanced toward the exit.
Well, isn't Arisha busy?
No, but I'm gonna call Dima for a ride. I want to see Dima again. Okay.
You are something else.
What do you mean?
You over here crushing on Dima.
You are too. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but I'm not playing Sasha, who you keep saying belongs to fucking, what's his name?
Mishka?
Michka. You keep saying, oh, he belongs to Michka, but you are so you make it so obvious.
I'm calling Dima. Arisha walked out from the office, a clipboard and checklist in hand. Meatball was right on their heels. Hey, Natalie. Sasha, are you cool with me grabbing Natalie for a sec? Yes, because I'm going to go grab Dima for a sec. We were just finishing up anyway. It's cool. Were you thinking of hanging around? I was, if that's okay. Are you able to grab a ride from someone? Guess it can't be helped. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Are you sure? Like, super sure? Yes, I'm good. Every single time I get... You just tell them to mind their business.
No, I said I told you she was busy.
Yeah. I'll say one thing is that every single time I get a chance to do anything with Dima, my energy just goes back up for the game. I'm just like, oh, Dima.
So Dima name pop up here, like you just over here like, see Dima, you like, Dima! Well, if we're talking about him, then this conversation just got interesting.
Yeah. Okay, take care of yourself, okay? I'm just one phone call away if you need anything. Thanks, Ari. Natalie opened the office door and motioned for Arisha to follow her. Sasha, I can call you a taxi if you need. No, really, it's fine. I figured I'd just call Dima. God knows he owes me.
Okay.
Alright, well, the front door there will auto-lock when you leave, so make sure he's out front before you do. And, Sasha?
Don't let him in my gym. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm fucking dead.
Natalie and Arisha disappeared into the office, Meatball trailing not far behind them. Sasha was suddenly alone in a large gym space. He eyed his phone for a moment. Was he really going to ask Dima for a ride? Yes. Lifting the phone to his face, he waited for the other line. Yes. I honestly didn't expect him to answer so quickly. It's because you're in love. It's because you're in love.
Stop it.
So.
Hey, can you... God, this is embarrassing. Come get me. The buses are slow around this time. Oh, And Tama, thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Right now I'm playing this game called Nightshade, You're the Drug. And our best friend just got like kidnapped. So we're finding out like the secrets of his life while we're trying to find him. Found out he's an assassin. Oh wow, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's really funny because I got raided and my stream ends in like 8 minutes. That's so funny, but I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. This game is really interesting though. Are you gonna watch it later?
Mhm.
It's really hot. Okay. So, I do stream again tonight though from 9 to 12. I just hit myself in the face. I stream again tonight. I raided you before. Thank you for the raid back. I really appreciate it. I stream again tonight from 9 to 12. I'm going to be playing the same game that I'm playing now. Exactly where I'm going to have left off. It's really hot. Okay. I don't know. I got nervous when I saw someone raided me and I was just like, oh.
What does that mean?
So, that means that their stream ended and they sent their viewers here.
Oh,
It's really sweet. I really appreciate it. Come get me. The buses are slow around this time. Alright. Did you find her? I did, but I don't care about her. I only care about you. Dima, come get me.
please stop.
No. I'm in love with him.
It's embarrassing.
I'm in love with him.
That's embarrassing because I'm in love with him too. So
I was in love with him first.
I don't care.
I'm playing the game.
I do not care. Oh.
Yeah, but you failed to mention how much she hates you. I didn't want to complicate things. Anyway, I'll be there shortly. Send me the pin. Okay, but hurry, I'm kind of cold.
Oh.
Not you being demanding. Sounds like true boyfriends, if you ask me. Outside of Natali's training gym, Sasha waited near the curb. He occasionally checked his phone for the time and peered over his shoulder every now and again. You are supposed to stay in the building.
Right, I would have stayed in that building.
You're supposed to stay in the building until he comes because your life is in danger.
He's like,
It's stupid.
they know not to mess with me.
You don't gotta ask me twice. You don't gotta ask me twice. I will stay in here until he arrives.
Didn't you get jumped? That's you.
Didn't you get jumped? Didn't you have internal bleeding and a concussion? Stay
Aren't you still
inside.
healing from your wounds?
Isn't everything still sore? Didn't you just faint the other day? Go back inside. Bullies. Okay. After everything that had happened, he wanted to be cautious. The sound of items clattering around blared in his singular earbud and startled him. He'd almost forgotten he was wearing it. Hi. Hey Sasha, still there? Yeah, heading back now. Sorry about that. I just, well, it's complicated. It's not complicated. You and Natalie were clearly a thing. Huh?
Huh?
What did you say?
Natalie.
Natalie. It's Natalie.
Natalie.
So how did everything go? Good, I think. I don't know. She said she would think about it, so I guess that's better than nothing. I'm not sure if pressing her further would help our case. She said she'd think about it? That's great news. That's great news. You're just excited to see your girlfriend again. Please shut up. They haven't seen each other in how long? Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, yeah. Do you need me to send someone for you, or can you take the bus back?
Oh.
I am getting a ride from Dima, the love of my life. I just called Dima to come get me, so I'm covered.
Yeah, stay on the phone so I don't get kidnapped. or
You
beaten.
called Dima? Like, just to pick you up? Yeah.
And she knows there's something going on.
Why do you say it like that? It's just kind of surprising. He doesn't go out often, especially not just to pick someone up.
He's a whore for Sasha.
She said he's a whore for Sasha.
Yes.
I mean, to be honest, Sasha's kind of, well, I'm making him out to be a whore for Dima, so it's okay.
Mishka getting tortured. And
Mishka's getting tortured, and Sasha
Sasha's
does flirting with his
Can
boss.
you, like, come pick me up?
Can you pick me up? I'm cold.
I don't blame him, but, you know.
I feel bad for Mishka, even though these are my own choices, but I just have to go with my heart, and my heart is calling out for Dima.
You ain't shit.
I'm not. There's a reason why I am never in a relationship.
Sasha's single, so.
Sasha is single, so... Well, I think he owes me anyway. With how Natalie was talking, he wouldn't have even made it past the door. Indigo giggled through the speaker. The crinkle of a chip bag opening could be heard.
Wow.
I wish I had a chip bag.
Now she's eating.
Now she's eating in front of me? Wow. I see how it
In
is.
front of my bruises?
In front of my bruises. In front of my grumbling stomach. You got that right?
Look at his face.
Oh, I said that wrong. You got that right. She's not too happy with him, though she still cares a lot. It's complicated. A sleek black car rounded the corner of the street and headed toward the curb. This is perfect because I get to end the stream right as Dima comes up, and that means that when I start the stream again at 9 o'clock, I just get to see him.
I don't even feel like that's Dima.
Oh, the vehicle was surprisingly quiet. Okay, that car looks too nice to belong to anyone but Dima.
Okay.
I think my ride's here, so I'm gonna hang up.
No,
Don't hang up!
until
Don't
you
hang
get in
up!
the car.
Don't hang up!
What's this?
It better be Dima. Oh, yeah, of course. Just call me if you need anything. You probably won't, but yeah.
Indigo, no go.
Once the car was parked, the rear window rolled down. Inside the back seat sat Dima.
Oh.
Okay, with his legs crossed. He waved Sasha in with one hand, his phone in the other. Okay, that's a great place to pause it. Quick save. Wait, save. Save there, here. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Please
No, I will not stop.